Okay, I just wanted to give you a brief rundown of what your body paragraphs must have. You have to do 2 of them for the paper. You're going to write 1 of them today. So the first thing you need is a topic sentence. Every paragraph needs that. And your topic sentence will bring up one quality of friendship that comes from the article that we read earlier this week. So you've already done the work. You've chosen 2 of those on a worksheet that you did earlier. And so now we're going to turn those into, each of those will be a topic sentence. So that's what you'll do for that one. The next thing you'll follow up with that will be a quote from the article. And so I'm going to bring up the article here and scroll through here. And so what you'll want to be looking at is these down here. This is where these are explained to you, and you can go ahead and direct quote these. I would not do, for instance, with trustworthiness, the entire thing. That's way too long. But you could also paraphrase this. There's nothing wrong with that. So you could just talk about this, especially if it's super, super long like this one is. Paraphrase it. Just say what trustworthiness involves and do that. You've already practiced that, so that would be a good way to do that. So some of them are shorter than others. Some of them, maybe a paraphrase would be better for that. In fact, I'm going to say in most cases a paraphrase is probably better for those. Okay, so let's go back to this. The next thing that you need to include, and you can do this in any order, but I'd like you to have a paraphrase from the novel where George and Lenny show that trait, and a direct quote about that trait. Now, I think you'll naturally be using paraphrases because you don't want to, like, there's going to be like a story that you're going to tell or an incident that you're going to tell, and to quote that directly would just be way too long. And so you're just going to kind of summarize a part where you see that trait, because maybe it happens over a period of time or something like that. When you get to the direct quote, though, I think there's also a lot of lines that we have talked about that have to do with those traits too. So you can usually find a good direct quote that represents that. You also need to include sentences that link all the parts of your paper. I talked about that in the previous video, and I pointed that out to people that were missing them. You can't just have a topic sentence, a paraphrase, and a direct quote. You got to have sentences in between that break that up, provide some context and things like that. I'm not going to go over that now because it's in the previous video. And then finally, a therefore sentence that refers back to your thesis, that adds a cap to it and says, okay, that I just want to remind you that what I'm talking about is this trait, and here's how this is shown. You can use the word therefore, or you can use another word. So that is what you'll be looking for in your body paragraphs, and I'm hoping that you'll get these done in the period today and finish those up so I can take a look at them the next day or the day after that and give you some feedback before you do the next one.